Guess so.
Everybody, we get started here with Zion. Thoughts going into this year?
The win. The win.
Can you just help us understand, because it was just a little unclear, what's just your read on why you were not able to get back on the court last season after the re-aggravation of the hamstring?
Just wasn't ready.
Look, last season you came to camp in really good shape. Looks like you came into camp in really good shape this year. It seems like things went wrong when an injury occurred. Just moving forward, what things will be different? Just like, hey, look, when something goes bad that you can't control, like reacting to that situation.
Pelicans have put in a lot of things this offseason to not only prevent stuff like that, but how to react to it in the best way possible. So I think what the Pels have done is a good structure, and we'll see as the season goes.
And knowing how the last two seasons went, what did you want to do differently this summer to kind of change things for you and make sure you're more prepared this season?
Work on movements. Stayed in New Orleans for a big part of the summer, working with the Pels, being on the same page with them, my personal trainers. But just really locking into every aspect of my body.
And what went into the decision to spend more time in New Orleans this year than you did in previous off seasons?
Want to change. If I want to change, I got to do something different. So, like I said, I sat down with the Pels, and we came up with a great plan.
How are you mentally?
I'm great mentally. Thank you for asking.
With the way things have gone in the offseason, unnecessary travel that happened, it seemed to work the gym a lot more. How did you focus yourself with what's going on?
I'm excited about my daughter. She's due in November. I'm really excited about that. But outside of that, I just love hooping. It wasn't hard to stay focused.
What kind of learned about yourself over the last, since you've been in the league, but particularly the last season, over that season, since the last season?
Things happen. Just how I respond to them.
Can you talk about where you and the organization are after 4 years? Do you think they've understood you, you understand them, and maybe the best is still yet to come? Patience is maybe a virtue.
I think the best is still yet to come. Like I said, spent a lot of time in New Orleans this offseason, working with the Pelicans, and like I said, my personal trainers, and we made a lot of changes, and gonna see when the season starts.
Zion, Willie Green and Griff both said that you were capable of playing all 5 positions, but your best fit may be at 5. Is that your feeling, or you feel comfortable in the offense right now from what you've been dealing with?
Can you repeat the question?
They said that you're capable of playing all positions, but playing you at the 5 might be your best fit. Is that something that you feel is in this offense the way it's been running?
Who said that?
I don't know, Willie Green or Griff. I don't know.
Said my best fit was at the 5.
Well, I mean, where you may be playing, or where they may play at 5, or whatever, however it was said. Is that you feel like it is in this offense? Is there a position you feel most comfortable?
Yes, sir. I feel comfortable in all positions. I'm a basketball player. Simply want to win and impact the game. So my whole life, I trained to impact the game from all areas.
John, staying in the city, you had some outreach. You met with Kendall Banks, my guy, got all the way for the motivated T-shirt, stuff like that. Can you talk about what's helped you get in a better mind frame? Staying in the city, you got more positive stuff from the fans, people that were reaching out and encouraging.
This home. It was just home for me. It's a little upsetting that I have to sit up here all the time and have to tell people that this is home for me. This is where I want to be. But being in the city a lot more this summer was it was dope. Running into people in New Orleans, family. It was love always.
And can't help but notice your first two smiles during this whole thing. You talked about either your family, your daughter, or the family that's had your back. Would you say that brings you the most happiness and helps you stay within yourself and stay true to yourself as a family and finding your smile that way?
Something like that. More so the mindset is I can help a lot of people. I can do things for a lot of people around me. But this past summer was if something happened to me, the mindset was if something was to happen to me where basketball wasn't there or something just happened to where life just changed, who would be there for me? Realistically, who would be there for me? And just had to come to that realization. And when it comes to family and the city, always good. So I focus on that.
Since
An Olympic year, if you get through the season as you want to, and Team USA wants you in Paris, how would you feel about that?
If Team USA wanted me, that's a huge honor. But that would be something that I would have to think about when that time comes, and if the opportunity is presented to me.
since we've been around you, you mostly try to keep your private life private. You've talked about the importance of your family and stuff like that. But how difficult was it this summer with a lot of people prying into stuff going on with you behind the scenes that you have kind of kept private before, but more of that stuff being out in the public now?
When I want to share something about my family, I will. And it's as simple as that. That's how I am. That's how it's always been. When I want to share something about my family and my personal life, I will share it. If not, I don't.
I I'm a father. I have 3 kids. You're expecting a child. Like, it changes you. How do you feel like it's going to change you and kind of make you a better version of yourself?
She's not even here yet, and it's already changed me. Like I said, family and people who I know got my back. Lock in on that, focus on that, and outside of that, I don't really need much else.
Do you look at this more of a basketball question here? We still really don't know what this could be. There's glimpses of greatness in there. Can you look at this and say, we have potential greatness here with you and CJ and Brandon, and the belief is this could be special?
I do. I do think there's a lot of greatness within this organization, within this franchise, but I'm not about to sit up here and talk about too much. We just have to show y'all.
Earlier, congratulations on your daughter.
Thank you.
Do you have any statistical benchmarks set for yourself this season, or do you just take the season as it comes?
To win with my brothers. Simple as that. I think they all feel the same way. We all got the same goal in mind. We want to win and we want to have fun.
Zion, having spent a lot of time here at the facility over the summer, did anything stand out to you from watching teammates out there going on runs or anything like that?
Yeah, a few things stood out to me. Before I get to my teammates, I'll start with front office staff. Griff, Trajan, Swin. Those 3 have been really helpful. They've supported me. They've had my back. And we all got the same goal in mind. And I think that's what family and, I think that's what just family is about. People having your back no matter what's going on and everybody wanting the best for each other. And what was the second part of your question?
I was just wondering, because you ran a couple times up and down the court with your teammates and stuff like that.
Oh, teammates-wise, y'all know Jose. Jose is Jose. But who I think y'all should look forward to, and I'm going to put pressure on him, is Trey Murphy. Even though he's currently out, Trey is going to be a problem. Trey is going to be a problem. I'm excited to see for him to return to the court. But yeah, Trey's gonna be a problem.
Trey indicated that, Trey indicated that he felt like he wanted to be, to grow into more of a leadership role, maybe in a vocal way and so forth. And then possibly, you were frustrated that you developing into that was hindered by not being able to play as much. And I wanted to just get your take on how you look forward or how you see yourself being in that way.
Before I can lead, I gotta learn how to follow. I think BI and CJ have done a great job with leading the team on and off the court. So, I would say those are our two leaders on this team, BI and CJ. They've been on the court. In tough moments, they're always the ones to say something to get the team going. And like you said, I got to grow into that leadership role. So hopefully over time I'm able to grow into it.
You opened up about your class earlier, you opened up about it during the offseason, and you said that you're able to work with some of the things you did to get yourself right mentally, and that would also help you to get yourself in shape.
Y'all know I always listen to music, and I have an album or two. But for me, it was 3 albums that have really got my mindset going. Reasonable Doubt, Jay-Z, of course, Illmatic, Nas, and a more recent album, The Great Escape, by Larry June. I would say those 3 albums really helped get my mindset together, along with family and the Pelicans helping me out as well.
We've heard you and your teammates speak a few times about how special December was for you guys, for you individually and for the team. I guess what really stands out to you about that time last year, and what are you hoping to carry over from that time into this season?
It was great. It was a great time, but that was early in the season. We want to be at the top when the season's over. That's our goal. That's what we're going to work towards. So, season didn't end the way we wanted to last year, but can't dwell on that. Just got to learn from it and get better.
From a basketball perspective, is there anything you can share what you worked on this offseason just in terms of your particular skill?
Wanted me to give a scouting report on myself? What I worked on was being unguardable.
Good job, Trey.
What's up, man? How are you?
What's up, sir?
What happened to those beautiful hairs?
They're gone.
Oh, man.
No, not anymore. Too much maintenance.
JV,
Yep.
you played for Lithuania again. I don't know how many consecutive times that was.
Count.
Lost count. Why is it just important for you to do that year after year after year?
That's my country. I feel pride. I feel honor to play for Lithuania, and I'll do that till I can, till they need me. I hope they're gonna need me.
We, saw from you guys last season in December, hey, this team, when it's fully whole, can look really, really good. What are your just thoughts on, like having all these pieces together and what you think this team could be this year?
Well, we gotta stick healthy, stick together. Big year ahead of us. We've been collecting experience throughout these 2 years as we've been together. Now we have that experience. Now we have to do that. We have to do something with that. We have to win some games, show that we capable. And as I said earlier, we got to stick healthy, stick together. As we are, everything's going to be taken care of.
How does the competition internationally has helped your game in the NBA?
Oh well, you stay in shape throughout the summer. You come for the season in the best shape. So that helps tremendous. You have all the medical staff with you, best trainers, best coaches, you well taken care of throughout the summer. So you just got to show up for the training camp and be ready. Are you talking about style? Well, every time you step on a court, you get some experience. You work on something, your moves, your craft, your basketball IQ. You collect that experience, and more experience you have, you know how to act certain situations on a court. So that gives you advantage.
You talk a lot about how you guys want to see all the pieces together and healthy, and how you weren't able to see that as much last year. What do you kind of remember about earlier in the season when you guys had that full starting five, and what you were able to accomplish, and what do you think y'all are able to carry over this year from that experience?
Well, it feels great to be number one. It feels great to be on that winning streak. Feels bad. Feels terrible when you see that record not at your advantage. We've been through a lot last year. Injuries, ups and downs, winning, losing, seeing guy go down. Then next guy steps up. As I said earlier about that experience, we've seen a lot. That's experience. Now we got a new year coming up. We gotta change something to be more successful. To use that experience what we gained last year to our advantage.
JV, what was it like competing against Team USA and winning that match? Did you have any friendly wagers going on with Brandon, and were you able to trash talk?
I don't talk trash, especially to BI. He's my guy. Can't do that. But it was great. USA probably, what biggest team in all those tournaments, World Cup, Olympics. Every team looking forward to go against them and, trying to win that game. It's not a lot of teams in the history of basketball who won against USA. So it was great. Second hand, winning against USA, which does not give you a medal. Are you celebrating that, or are you looking forward for the next game? So that was funny feeling in the locker room. You feel like, okay, we beat USA, that's amazing, but also we gotta prepare for the next game, because that didn't give us nothing, just first spot in the group.
Jonas, from whether memories from last season, kind of the disappointing finish, not making the playoffs, to maybe talking with teammates over the summer, do you feel this team has a chip on its shoulder to prove that last year was kind of a fluke, that you guys are a real good team, playoff team?
Well, we have to. We have to have that. You know, third year. Now we got to do it. Now we're capable. We've been capable last year, but we didn't do it. Now the third year, there is no way out. We have to. We have to find that, find that chip, find that focus to just go there and do it, because we have really capable guys. We just got to show that, prove that, which is hard.
We talking to Griffin and Willie and all that. Talked about your role last year, how you took on more with the injuries and stuff. With everybody coming back this year, they were saying that they hope you shoot more. That's kind of
Then I shoot more, if they hope. It's kind of good feeling when your coach asking you to shoot more. Every coach is like, okay, maybe you find a better play. Now I've been asked to shoot. Say no more.
Willie also talked about.
Understanding between you and Willie on how you were used, things that did and did not work. You know what to expect from him, but he also knows how to expect what to expect from you on the court in different situations.
To be honest, that was my first season playing with Zion. And, he's so talented, so powerful inside the paint, when he plays one-on-one, when he plays finding the right play. I guess my role is to stretch the floor a little bit when he's especially going to the work. I spoke with Willie many times before this season, and probably last year I didn't find, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how to find my role, find my, different aspects of the game, just stretching the floor. I never played with a power forward who's in a paint so much, being so productive. So now I know what to expect, and we spoke with Willie many times how to be, productive, stretching the floor, making some room for Zion to operate and being effective as well.
You guys,
International ball this year, but just what did you notice from Zion this offseason?
Well, he's ready. He's in great shape. His attitude is great. He's humble. He wanted to do good things on the court. As we saw last year before injury, he was tremendous. He was unbelievable. If he can stay healthy throughout all the season, unbelievable.
And the games y'all played together last year, it seemed like you and Z did a good job of finding each other with those big passes. Was that something you kind of noticed early on in training camp, that y'all had that connection and y'all were able to work together the way y'all did?
As I said, he's so productive in the paint. You gotta send a double team. When you see guy double team by opponent, you just gotta find the right place, right timing, right place. It's easy to play like that. Same with me. If they double team me, I can find the right play. It was great connection between me and him last year. First couple games it was, I don't know, maybe 2 assists a game between us. So hope to keep rolling like that.
Following up on that, you talked about finding the balance, about how to fit next in, space him out, but it seemed like right before he went down, you guys were developing a nice pick and roll chemistry, being able to set more of those on-ball screens. What about that specific action where he's the ball handler, you're the screener, and other people are spacing out for
Not different way? I was handling, no? He was setting.
But yeah, what about that action, when you two are involved in that screening and there's other folks facing for you two, makes it difficult to defend for other teams, and where do you see the advantages in that?
Every game you see different coverages, different defense thrown at you, especially with him on the court when it's really hard to stop. You got to try different stuff. Yeah, we tried pick and roll too, setting the screen for him, letting him drive from above the three-point line. It was working. I think coach will find many new options, many new things to try. That's why we're here for the training camp, to see what we are capable, what we are best of. So it starts tomorrow.
JV, you've played basketball a long time. How unique is Zion, that talent he has?
He is unique. I mean, you said how unique is him. He is unique, one of one. You know, we saw last year. It was fun to watch. It was incredible. You know, even sitting on a bench, I seen quite a bit of basketball, but it was amazing. Sorry, Brandon. I'll be done. 1 second.
Do you think there's more of a ceiling there for him too? More potential?
I think so. I think, you know, in every aspect, you know, so talented. I don't know how much of experience he have. Not too much, you know. So that's where he can grow, and you know, by playing the game, he's better and better. So sky is the limit for this young gentleman.
JV, staff added James Borrego to the coach staff. You've been playing internationally. Have you been able to kind of connect with him, kind of feel out what your role is in his offense?
We'll see. We'll see tomorrow. You know, it was my first day. I got back yesterday, so we need to sit down. We need to see, well, how we gonna play offense. You know, that's X and O's. We're gonna start tomorrow. You know, talking with coaching staff about, you know, how we want to play. It's one, but putting all these X and O's, which will start tomorrow, is total different stuff.
JV, you're in the final year of your deal on your contract. How much would you like to resign here in New Orleans?
Well, we'll talk about that probably later. You know, it's now we have a lot of basketball in front of us, and if we're gonna do good, the business part will be taken care of. So I'm focusing on basketball part now. Sorry, Brandon. And then business part later.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, JV.
Thanks, JV.
6 years extension.
See you guys.
We all would love a 6-year extension.
First year in Nike, son.
First year in Nike. MJ.
Trey, you mentioned that you seem to feel like you have maybe a little edge this offseason to regain maybe a little chip on your shoulder. Is that valid?
Maybe. I mean, I feel like that every summer. Just think this year, just having a chance to be in a little more better shape this year coming into the season. I think that's the only difference. But you know, I wanna compete against everybody.
Brad, how much does this playing overseas have you started playing?
I don't know. I guess I'll know when the season starts. But, you know, I know it got me some more playing minutes starting training camp. And hopefully I can be in better shape going into training camp and be in better shape in preseason and starting the regular season.
What have you just learned about, like, what it takes, or what do you have to do in the offseason to just, like, try to withstand 82 as much as you can?
Eat right, sleep right, train right, you know. I think strengthen my body the best that I can so I can have better recovery time. But, you know, something that just happens out the blue, you can't prepare for it. But you can do everything you can in strengthening tendons or strengthening joints or whatever you do to get yourself prepared.
Other than just playing in games and stuff like that, how much does your participation in Team USA kind of change what your normal routine would have been during the summer And how does that impact just where you are now going into training camp?
Yeah, well, I just ramped up a little bit earlier, starting maybe the end of July. It was a little bit different in my conditioning and getting prepared for USA games and practices. I think that was the only difference. My weight training was still the same. My basketball, the things that I wanted to work on in the summer was still the same, but I just had to get in a little better condition to prepare myself for the games with USA.
Last season, you found a lot of success playing a point guard type role. Your facilitation really stood out.
Yeah.
Is that how you envision yourself primarily playing this season, and have you had conversations with the coaching staff and perhaps James Brager, who's recently hired on how you're going to do?
Yeah, James said he's going to give me the ball a lot, so I'm counting on that. Counting on him to give me the ball a lot. But, yeah, I mean, I had a lot of success at that position last year. And hopefully that's taken in the film and we go back and look at it and say that's something that we can do this season. But also I have a chance to be off the basketball. We have some other creators out there, and we can have other guys to create some shots for me too. So I think I'll be playing on ball and off the ball too.
Yeah, what was it like going against Trey and Herbert, when they played with Team USA Select?
Yeah. Herb just cool. He gonna do what he do. He was good on the defensive end. It was good to see their faces because, normally in the summer we don't see each other's faces that much. So it was good to see them just being in good spirits and playing free basketball. You get to do some things that you don't do in a normal NBA setting and in those settings. And, Trey was jacking every shot, trying to do different crossovers. He don't normally like to dribble, but doing different stuff that he don't normally do in the league. So, it was fun. It was fun seeing him.
Speaking of Trey, have you connected with him after his injury? Kind of keep him up to spirit?
Yeah, and I called him as soon as I heard the news, and just been talking to him, just keeping him up, keeping him laughing. He's done a great job of just coming into the facility and putting the work in that he can. And he seems to be in good spirits. Of course, I know he wants to be playing, but he's not bringing anybody else's energy down.
Brandon, does the team feel an extra sense of importance for this season to be successful, knowing how last season ended in disappointment, or knowing kind of what this group could be with healthy?
Yeah, I mean, we know that this past summer was a long summer for all of us. And we know we don't want that to happen again. I know that was one of Willie's messages. Willie really wants to play in the postseason, of course, that we all do. We would love to be healthy and have all of our guys, but we also want to have an identity when guys do go out or we have an ankle injury, that we stay the same team, and we can bounce back in some ways, and we can some guys can hold the bargain up while guys are out, or if guys are out. So we would love to be healthy. We would love to be in the postseason, and we have expectations of going past the regular season for sure.
We didn't get to see it that much last year, but we saw how good it can be when UZ and CJ are out there together. How much are you looking forward to kind of building that chemistry with y'all three together and seeing how far y'all can take it?
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's always fun playing with talented players. You got to find a way to build chemistry, see where guys like the ball on the floor, where guys are most comfortable. And I think James, JB, is going to be big in doing that, just putting us in the right spots, making sure we're comfortable on the floor, and making sure that we bring effort and energy every single day.
Yeah, looking at off the court, your motivations for switching shoe brand, Nike, what inspired that? You got your own, nameplate, your icon now.
Yeah.
What might you be doing with that sort of stuff, those ventures off the court? What inspired it? What motivates you to branch out like that? Because usually you're more reserved. That speaks to maybe you stepping up into a bigger spotlight.
Right. It's a no-brainer. Working with and working for the best player that's ever played the basketball game. and that's one of my idols growing up. And I've wanted to be in a shoe that I can play in and night out. Have a good foot mold on it where I can be in the exact same shoe every single night. And it brings opportunities. It brings opportunity for me, for my teammates, for me to do some more stuff in the organization, for me to do more stuff outside of basketball. So I'm excited about the partnership.
You're looking at that contract extension eligible this summer, putting it off to next summer. Just sharing the thought process, how y'all made a decision, you and the front office.
Yeah, they paying a lot of people big money. Trying to get some big money. But I've been committed to New Orleans. I love my teammates. I love the coaches and everybody around here. I got a good feel for New Orleans, and I thought it was decisions I should make at a later basis, but I'm happy where I am.
You, Willie, and Herb were able to spend some time at the finals last year.
Yeah.
What did you kind of gain from that experience and seeing, the height of the NBA being played on that stage?
You've seen the difference in the details of the game, the things that can't happen, the difference in talent, the difference in people coming together. I thought those two teams that played in that championship game were two teams that just played together really, really well, and they were ran by great coaches but great stars and unselfish stars. So we saw two teams that battled together, and everybody played their role to the best of their ability, making shots, coming up big in big games. So I think I got a taste of what it's like to have everybody together and everybody playing good basketball together.
Yeah, one of the things David Griffin mentioned was that player input was one of the reasons why they decided to make some changes on the medical side of things. Just wanted to ask if you had any opinions on the changes they made.
Well, it's all new people. I've tried to make relationships with different people in the medical staff. I think so far it's going good. It's going well. Everybody is pretty transparent, and in that office, and we've been doing some good things so far. I've been here for maybe 2 weeks, so I've tried to meet up with everybody and remember names and faces so far. But I think it'll be good for us to have somebody new.
All right, thanks.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
think Griff and Trajan both said, hey, look, if everything goes according to plan, you should be back for the start of the regular season. Is that kind of where you're at of like,
Sure. Yeah, that's what I mean, we can't control the body, but how it heals and stuff. But my mind is definitely shooting for that, even maybe a little earlier. I'm all right, man. I'm grounding. I know it's a little step back for me, and but mentally I'm there, and I'm doing everything I possibly can to get back as fast as possible.
Was there anything you focused on this offseason that you tried to add or anything like that or emphasize?
I mean, man, first of all, stay healthy. I mean, second of all, is just be more of a vocal leader. I think I bring that energy, and I think I'm confident in that now, and just be me at all times. Like I always say that, but just control it. I think these guys respect me as a player and as a person too. So be that leader that that a team needs, and I'm gonna try to do that, and win some games for us, and continue growing from there.
Even before the ankle injury, just hearing from you over the summer, it felt like you kind of had the mindset, I got something to prove. I really want to get back and show y'all something. I guess where does that kind of come from? Because obviously we know about the chip on your shoulder you've had since you came in the league, but what was kind of different this summer?
I mean, for me, it just, every situation is, for me, I got to fight. No matter what, it's going to be, if it's year 3, thank God, it's a blessing for sure to put a jersey on. But even year 7, year 10, I'm always going to have to fight to show that I belong here. Just not because it's no disrespect. It's more about the NBA is so good. Every year is a draft, and so I'm not the tallest. Like I always say, I'm not the most athletic. So I gotta work my tail off to be the person I gotta be to continue growing. I feel like I showed the league a little bit of what I got going on, and my confidence getting higher. And I believe in myself. I believe I belong here now. I don't question that, and I just want to continue growing. The NBA is a blessing. Like I said, it's a hard thing to do in here, and it's definitely hard to stay. So every year I got something to prove. Every year I got to come in and show that, that I belong here. I'm not a starter, so that's something I got to think of that too. I'm not saying I am going to be a star. I'm just saying that's just at mindset. I always got to come back and prove something, unless I got what achievement, but that's really hard to do. So I'm just locked in on myself, my team, and this organization to continue winning.
And what's been the process for you coming back from the ankle injury? How much are you able to do right now?
I'm doing a lot. I'm doing jump shots back and forth. I'm on the court now. Before it was a slow process. Like I said, you can't control your body on healing, but you can control what you can do for the healing process. But it's healing really good, really fast, and I'm glad I'm comfortable where I'm at right now.
How would you describe the chemistry and the togetherness in this locker room?
I think they did a good job with that. It's a lot of noise around the league, and I think our core stood together. And not that we was worried or nothing, but we just comfortable with each other, and we glad that we still here putting the same uniforms on.
Jose, how much have you and the rest of the guys talked this summer about how disappointing this season was? Like, can you feel like it's probably going to serve as like kind of an impetus towards this season, proving that what we saw during the first couple of months of last season is really who you guys are?
Yeah, because, if you look back at it, we was number 1 in the West for a few months, right? So now we go back and we don't even make the playoffs. And then we come back now. So now we win games here in the beginning of the season. We're not going to look at it like, oh, we're doing something. Now we ain't doing nothing because we saw how last year came about. So I think it made us more focused on each game, like Coach been saying. And we haven't done nothing. If you really think we haven't done nothing, and that's the problem. I think we know that, and we want to do something because we know how good we can be. And then, we're going to continue growing. We got some good guys, good coaching, good everybody around here. The energy is good, and I can't wait till the season starts.
And I also have Zion, who stood out to him this summer. He named you as one of the two, Trey being the other guy. How has Zion looked to you when you've been around him at the practice facility?
Zion going to be Zion, man. Like, it's nothing like it's literally a special talent gift that he got. Like, it's crazy. So it's hard, with him it's hard to even say he improving on because he does stuff so good, you know what I mean? So he looks good. I'm glad that he's on my team like all the time, and I'm excited. When he's on that court, he's a different monster. I mean, I think the world knows that. So I mean, I'm glad he said that I'm doing better because I'm working my tail off. I got some goals in my life and in my career that I want to reach. So I'm going to try to reach them this year.
We heard a few people say that you could see the improvement with Trey before he got hurt. What did you kind of see from him?
Yeah, Trey going to be something in the league. You know, obviously, you know, the injury set him back a little bit, but he definitely got the mindset for it. And he worked his, tail off. So it's gonna be 2 years, 3 years. It's gonna be exciting to hear where he's at or how he's doing, in a way of like talent wise, because the sky's the limit for him. Anyway.
Have you had an opportunity to speak with Coach James Bray over the run in regards to the offensive system changing and perhaps what you might be able to do?
Yeah, Coach JB is, he's good. He it's so crazy because coming from a head coach job and then coming in here and being so humble, like he just want to ask questions. He want to hear us out. He want to hear what I got going on, and actually listen. So it's pretty amazing to come from that. It's like if somebody start and now you get bench, but you come off the bench, you still and then have an attitude. He came in with the right mindset, right. And it's amazing, and we talked all the time. Me and JB, he likes fast offense, as you can see, and obviously I ain't a slow player, so I got treat with that. But he's doing good. He's just a guy that he could listen to, and you respect what he got to say. So yeah.
Last year you came into the season basically shooting the cover off the ball. It seemed like an area of focus for you going into offseason last year. What are the focuses for you this offseason as a player, and you really hope to accomplish?
I mean, to be a great point guard, just lead my team into a way that point guards do, control the game at all time, and my turnover ratio got to be 4-1. Like, that's my goal. Just make sure I know what's going on in that defense on that other team, with their scheme, their defensive plan, and all that. So that's where my mind is focused on it. I obviously got to worry about shooting because I got Zion, B.I., and CJ on my team. They're going to leave somebody open, and it might be me, so most likely me. So I'm going to make them pay for that. So my obviously jump shot, always just be more of a solid Jose. I think I always tell everybody my summer don't got to be crazy. I don't got to come back like AI or, I got to come back just a more solid Jose and then keep on improving. And that's pretty simple with the team, at least the role I got and the team I got here, because, they take a lot of that pressure off. I don't need to go out there and score 20, 15. I can score a good 8 and impact a winning game. So that's where I'll stand on that. Yeah, for sure. I bring a little bit different energy out of that 3 people that you named. So just trying to bring the best out of them. I think they believe in me and that they see how hard I work. So just going out there and being the best version of myself for them to be the best version of themselves. I just basically want to go out there and make sure they're good. I know what I'm capable of. I know how I think and stuff. So if I'm making sure they're good, I'll be all right.
How much does it change the game when those 3 are out there together and the attention they draw from the defense?
It's tremendously, they're big names in this league, and they bring great pressure when they bring it, on the offensive side. So it changed the game a lot. But that's the goal I wanted to reach this year. When those guys are not in the game, had that confidence. Jose still gonna will us away to win this game. Not try, but he has a chance. Because he's out there. So that's the goal I have there, because it's a long season. And they're gonna play but they're not gonna play every single game. So we got those other games that they are not playing, we gotta win, and that's what my mind is on that.
Jose, looking at your journey from undrafted, not even making media day as a rookie, really, G-League, now you've got your own shoe, your own brand. Just the motivations, inspirations, and what encourages you to try to branch out that way and diversify your game off of it.
It's what you just said. My own shoe, coming undrafted, and this is something I never dreamed of. I believe in myself. Like I said, I believe in myself 100%. But I never thought I would be here, my 3rd year actually, and with my own shoe, and then, actually being comfortable in the NBA. Because I always questioned myself when I did come here. People lied, they didn't. At least in my position. Not saying you didn't believe in myself, but it was hard. This NBA is really hard. Everybody does it. There's a lot of people in this world that plays basketball, and for me to make it here and be having my own shoe, going to a different country, and seeing that people got my jersey on or anywhere is amazing. So I always gonna be grateful for that, and that's why I want to keep working because I love it. I love that I can make a difference and I could really tell anybody they can do it because, like I said, I ain't a giant and I ain't that fast and I can't shoot the lid off the ball, but I could be in the NBA and play. So it's just a blessing. I thank God every day, and I got a great support. My family, my kids, from my mom, my dad, everybody. It's like my girl. Like it's just a whole big family that we had that controls what I'm doing.
What country were you in?
How you say? China, Puerto Rico. I went to China. Like that was amazing for my shoe company. For my shoe, it was a really really great time to see that. And then in Puerto Rico, my island, they showed me so much love. I know I haven't fortunate to play with them as much as I want to and they want to, but I tell you, this is gonna come, and when it does, it's gonna be a waking call. That's it. Thank you. Yeah, bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it was great. You know, being first time boomer and being able to go there to the World Cup and compete. Obviously, I didn't play as much as I wanted to, but we had a lot of vets on the team that I was able to learn off every day. You know, pick their brain. Guys like Patty Mills, Joe Ingles, being around young guys like Josh Giddey, Josh Green that have been in the NBA a couple of years and just learning off them. And you know, obviously, it didn't go the way we wanted it to for you know, the way we finished. But you know, we got Olympics after this season, so we're hungry for that. But you know, got this season first, so looking forward to that.
Australia has you know, a lot of young talent already, and it seems like there's more guys coming into the NBA in the next couple of years. So do you have any takes on like why there's this I guess the influx of Australian talent?
Yeah, I mean it's been pretty cool to see. I think you know there's a lot of young guys coming through. We got a lot of players in the NBA right now, and you know I think we have a academy and a center of excellence at Australia. It's called the COE, and it's like a basically. Like I was there for 2 years. You go, it's like a group of 20 players. You play every day. You compete. You learn how to play the right way, and you know, I think that's a big reason on why you know kids are developing so quick in Australia and learning the game. And you know, I think you're going to see a lot more people come from there in the next few years. Dash Daniels takes, yeah, I know he's been playing well, but you know, he's still very young. You know, just came off an Asia Cup. You know, got the win there, so I'm excited to see where he ends up. But you know, it's good to you know have him you know pick my brain, want to ask me questions and stuff like that, and learn from me. But I'm excited for him.
And the pre-draft process is always crazy for everybody. But how much did it help you being able to focus on basketball this summer rather than flying all over the place like you were last year?
Yeah, exactly. You know, I had a big basketball off season. You know, I had summer league, had the World Cup. You know, been in here the last month, just you know working out every day. So I'm ready. I'm ready for the season. And you know, I think I'm coming in good shape, healthy. You know, putting some size on. You know, working on things that I wanted to work on this off season. And you know, like Coach said at dinner last night, it's been too long of an off season. You know, we weren't happy with how we finished last year, and we're ready to come in this year and make a statement because you know we have a great team and we're going to put it together this year.
Do you have an idea weight you shoot for to start the season?
I'd like to be at 205. I'm at like 203 now, so 205 to start the season, and you know in years to come like 210, 215 I think would be an ideal weight for me. Still being able to be agile, you know, quick, and you know, have that strength as well.
You spend a lot of time as a point guard growing up, and you know, that's a position that you excel at. This team has a lot of players that can play make and can play on the ball. So going into this offseason, what did you focus on in terms of, hey, perhaps I might not have the ball in my hands to play make, so I still need to be able to contribute. So what are your focuses with regards to that?
Yeah, exactly. You know, we got a lot of guys that can play with the ball, and I think you know with our team it's very positionless. You know, we want to play fast. We want to get the ball out quick and push the pace, and I feel like that's something I can do with the ball. And obviously, I'm going to have the ball. I'm not going to have the ball a lot this year because you know some of the guys, the offensive firepower we have this year. So I've been learning to play in James Borrego's offensive system. You know, set screens. You know, slip out of screens, uphill dribble handoffs, fakes, and stuff like that. So there's a lot of different things that I can do to impact the game, and I'm looking forward to you know getting in training camp and you know playing with some new guys, playing in some new positions. But I think the main thing for us this year is playing fast, getting out, playing quick. That's what we want to do.
If you had to assign a theme to James Borrego's offensive system or like the goals of what it's trying to accomplish, how would you describe it?
Just a lot of movement. You know, getting the ball, making quick decisions, getting rid of it. You know, slipping into screens. You know, I think it's just about you know playing fast, and when you don't have the ball, you know, setting screens, setting flare screens, cutting. So we're going to have a lot more movement in our offense this year.
Dyson, can you talk about your comfort level both with the new system, but also just the culture shock, new city, rookie, younger player, how you've adapted over the last year, become more comfortable in not only where you're at, you know, the city, but also what you're going to be asked to do in the system and within the team.
Yeah, obviously, I mean, the city first. You know, I've been here a year now, so I've kind of adjusted to it. You know, found my good spots, and you know, I love the city. Great people, great food. So I'm very happy here, and you know, obviously the offensive system. You know, it's going to take a little bit for everyone to learn, but I feel like you know we've been doing that the last month that we've been in the gym. You know, we've been running 5-on-5. So just learning to play with each other, play in the system, play fast, and you know, training camp is going to be huge because we've got the whole group together. So it's going to be big for us to learn how to play with each other, and these preseason games are going to be important for us as well.
So what stood out from those 5-on-5 runs over the last month?
I just think the competitiveness. We got a lot of like the G League guys and two-way guys in there right now, and they're going to be a good team. That G League team, they got some really good players that compete, and they can play ball. They're giving us a good run, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Coming into training camp with those guys, everyone's competing for spots, so. I think there's still a few, like a roster spot, maybe a two-way spot or something open. So it's going to be fun to come into training camp and just be a part of like a good competitive group.
We know you put a ton of work in with Fred, over the past year. How much have you seen improvement with that jump shot and how important that would be?
Yeah, I think it's huge. For me, summer league I didn't shoot the ball well at all, and I come in. I've been working with Fred for the last month and a bit now, so I've changed my shot again. I've like completely changed like my technique and stuff like that. And I'm very happy with where I'm at now. So I'm looking forward to it. It's just about putting it in a game now, getting the reps up, being confident in my shot, shooting when I'm open, and that's something that I've really been working on this off season, and I'm very happy with where it's at. Yeah, so I've changed like my hand placement on the ball, so I've brought my guard hand back a little bit. I've got a quicker dip now. I've got like a more like out front reach rather than up, and just catching the ball relaxed. Last year I caught the ball with like wide hands, and I was gripping it too much. So now my fingers are relaxing the ball. I'm able to get my follow through more, get a little bit more like arc on the shot, and softer touch around the rim. So I've been focusing on making sure, like last year the ball was hitting the rim too hard. This year it's hitting it soft, so it has a chance to go in if it does hit the rim.
With those changes, how much of it is a belief in the process? Sometimes you might not see results immediately, but how do you balance that between like, hey, I'm not getting the results I want right now, but I know I'm working towards it, they will come.
Yeah, exactly. I trust Fred. I got my full trust in Fred. I know what he's doing. He's corrected a lot of people's shots. He's helped percentages go up, and I know that I'm gonna do whatever Fred says, and I'm gonna trust him. And yeah, we made some tweaks to my shot this year, changed it up. So I'm looking forward to putting it in play. But it was tough at the start because like you said, when you change something, that's not always going to work at the start. But you got to stick with it. The first week I was missing a lot of shots. Then come in, the second and third week I'm starting to make more and more, be more consistent, learn my jumper, get it off quicker. So I've definitely learnt a lot in this short month of changing my shot. But I trust Fred, and I'm really looking forward to going out there and showing what I can do with the ball, shooting the ball, playmaking without the ball. So every facet of the game.
You feel pressure for those things to translate quicker rather than later?
No, I don't think it's pressure. I think it's just more opportunity for me, really. There's going to be a lot of shots available with the guys we have on our team that they're going to get doubled, they're going to get trapped. We're going to be the guys that are getting the shots. So for me, it's just about stepping in, knocking it down, and I can do other things as well out there on the floor to help the team win. So I'm not too worried about whether I have a bad shooting game, whether I have a good shooting game, because I know I can impact the game in other ways.
Looking at this is a lot of offensive usage rate, but there's other guys that don't handle the ball more defense. That Willie Green will reward defense. You think that's where you can make more of an impact, guard maybe 1 through 4, bigger body frame, and work your way in that way instead of worrying about offensive usage, where the shots are going to come.
Exactly. I think defense is what I pride myself on, and that's what got me on the floor last year. And I want to make offensive strides this year, but we have so much offensive firepower. It's about making sure that I play in the system. And for me on the defensive end, I feel like last year I was able to stop people, I was able to guard people, but this year I want to have a defensive impact. I want to be able to get in the lanes, get more steals, block shots, a bit more like Herb. He's always active, getting hands on balls. So that's what I want to do this year. And I'm looking forward to having a defensive impact this year rather than just being a defensive stopper.
Dyson, how does Zion look to you? Maybe in comparison to the start of last season, does he look any different to you? Maybe mindset, game?
He looks great. Very excited for training camp. He's coming in. I know he's determined. I know our team's determined to see him out there. He's been in the gym a lot this year. He looked great. So I'm very excited.
To follow up on that defensive question, last year you had a string of 2 weeks where you guarded Luka and Kawhi. Handled basically every All-Star for that 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Is there, one, something you learned from there? 2, who did you have most fun learning, your rookie year? This is going to hurt, but you enjoyed playing.
Yeah, the thing of the NBA, every team has a superstar. Superstar plays differently, so you got to guard them differently. Some people try to draw fouls. Some people are just trying to bury their head and get to the paint where you got to be more physical with them. And I think that's a tough thing about the NBA is adjusting to every player and what they like to do. And like I said, last year I was able to stop people defensively, but this year I want to have an impact. I want to be able to go out there and make plays defensively. And I think it was last year, Devin Booker, like I held him to like 13 or 14 points. A week later, he come back and drop 58 on me. So it's going to be those type of games, and you're gonna have people score a lot of points on you when they're great offensive players, because that's what they're able to do. And for us, it's just about bouncing back, making sure that you make it tough on them. And yeah, I'm excited for this year and guarding some more good guys.
I thought last year you showed a lot of creativity in your passing, particularly some of the stuff you're willing to attempt. I know as a rookie, it's a little bit difficult to showcase all of your skills while also trying to make the right basketball play within the system. Do you feel like heading into this year, you have more confidence with regard to playing as you are as a player, and B, you have a better understanding of where that line is, playing within the system and then doing things that you know you're capable of?
Yeah, I mean, last year I was frustrated with how I finished the season. I didn't feel like I was out there being myself and playing my own game. And this year I'm coming in hungry. I feel like last year I'd make a mistake and then I'll be passive the rest of the game. And this year I'm coming with the mindset I'd rather make 5 mistakes being aggressive than make 1 mistake and then be passive. So I'm looking forward to this year being more aggressive. Having a bigger role, being a better playmaker. I've been working on counters and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to playing with the ball, without the ball, and just going out there and being myself, what I know how to be. Thank you.
What was kind of the focus for you this summer? Was there anything different in your preparation, mindset, anything like that going into this year?
No, I think this was the first. Well, this is the first time I didn't make the playoffs, right? So it was a long offseason, the longest I've been a part of. I had a surgery. It's my first time getting surgery in the offseason, so I had to get a surgery shortly after the season ended. So it was more for me physically taking a break, mentally kind of getting that escape that I needed before I strategically figure out how I wanted to attack my offseason and how I wanted to get better. But it started with just rehab, to be honest with you. I got surgery, and then I started rehabbing my shoulder. And that was, 10 weeks. And I started playing basketball and kind of reintroducing basketball. But I always do like a breakdown where we go through the calendar and we kind of figure out, my phases of the summer, when I start playing, when I start doing contact, when I implement conditioning, core stability, balance, all the stuff that allows me to be successful on the court and maintain a certain level of play as the season kind of progresses. But I think I'm always very strategic, very calculated with my summer, with my days, how I spend my time, what time I wake up, when I start 2 a days, when I start 3 a days. and all that stuff. So I would say it was a very productive summer for me. I didn't have to move or anything like that, so that was nice. I was here all summer. I traveled out of New Orleans, and I was in the facility, get access staff. I was in there probably every 6 days a week, most of the summer.
I know last year you were big on not making excuses, but how much do you think just using mental bandwidth on, CBA and stuff like that, family, that kind of affects you guys?
I'm a professional, man. I figure it out. Transitioning to a new city, full time is different. I don't know if you guys have had to do it in your careers, but it's different. You have to go through things. You go through growing pains. Being a first-time father is different. It's a unique experience, and it's the best thing that's ever happened to me, but it was difficult, trying to figure out how to do it, how to balance basketball. And the same things that everybody, battles with as parents is what you go through as an athlete, trying to figure out your schedule and how to be a present father. But I think that stuff is behind me. I still figured out a way to get through a season with injuries and stuff like that. The CBA is just a job. That's a job that you do, you sign up for, and you execute on behalf of the players in the union. And we have a great support staff and a group of people that allowed me to focus on my day job, which, I like to think I do very well. But I think this will be a good year for me individually. This will be a good year for us. As a team, we understand what's at stake. We understand what we left behind, last season. And I think everybody is pretty hungry, in their own ways, motivated in their own ways. And I think this was the longest summer I've ever had in my life where I could, really work on stuff and really rest and really kind of grow physically and mentally after a long, year of just playing through stuff.
The Pelicans brought in James Ringo as associate head coach. Just wondering, you had conversations with him, and what do you think the offense might look like this year that could be in any way?
Yeah, I've had lunch with JB. We've watched film. We talk constantly. Great basketball mind. We've talked a lot about the offense, fluidity, pace, movement, ball movement, things that we're going to want to implement, how we're going to implement them. And I think we're in a really good space, in a good spot. This, October as compared to last October, I think we all understand what we want to do offensively. We all understand what needs to be done, and I'm really just looking forward to playing. I think it'll be a really good brand of basketball, and I think people will really grow fond of the way we're going to play.
I'm not sure how much you've been around Zion since the season, how much growth have you seen just from the past?
I've seen a lot of growth in terms of his mentality, his approach. Obviously, he had a long year. It was a long year for him for lots of reasons, and I think he has a different perspective on basketball. I think he has a different perspective on life, and I think so far I've liked his approach. Obviously, we're about to start camp, and that's a whole different beast, and then we're going to start playing games again, which is a whole different beast. But I think he's maturing. I think he's maturing and growing in a lot of different ways.
One of the things David Griffin mentioned was player input led them to perhaps make a decision to make some changes on the medical side. I was curious if you had any opinions on the changes that have been made and what you'd be looking forward to.
Yeah, no, I have nothing but love and respect for everybody that's on our medical staff and that was here and that is no longer here. I think for us as players, it's about really controlling what you can control and trying to do the right things consistently with your body and for your body. And I think our staff has done a great job of listening to us. We're all different. We all need to be treated differently. We all have different ailments, injuries, different bodies, biomechanics, and things of that nature. So the treatment plan should be suited for that, and I think we're heading in a really good direction. We brought in some really good people who know what they're doing, who have consistently performed at a high level, and I think it should help us. And I think a lot of that is also on us, how we prepare. And your staff can only do so much. It's like the coach. The coach can only do so much, you know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to take care of what you can control. And I think we're heading in the direction of becoming the right type of professional, right? Like we all in our own professions, who does things the right way and who could do things better, right? In the journalism world, right? So I think we're heading in a direction where there's more like-minded people who are heading in, the same direction of doing whatever it takes to take care of your body and whatever it takes to be able to perform. And I think our staff is meeting us there. and meeting people halfway as to, you know, what they like to do, from not just a recovery standpoint, but also from a treatment standpoint. Yeah. I don't. That's a tough question to answer. I'm not sure what it can become. I think we can be very good, very potent, very dangerous. But like you said, we got to play more than 10 games. We got to get a body of work, and I think the more we play together, the better we'll be, from a continuity standpoint to a comfort standpoint. I'm looking forward to the season, and I think it'll be a good year for us. I think it gives you a new perspective and outlook on life, on things that you thought really were important. You really realize what is and what isn't important. You prioritize and strategize your life differently. I think you get true meaning out of having a kid, you know, especially when you want to be involved. And fatherhood is the best thing that's ever happened to me. I think it's the greatest gift that we probably can possibly receive on earth. And I think for him, it'll give him clarity, it'll give him perspective. It'll give them poise, sanity, right? You got games, you got a lot of stuff going on in your life that we all battle. But I think having a kid, you know, the pureness in a child, I think it just gives you a different outlook. Like when I have good games or bad games, I still go home and I'm still a dad, I'm still a husband. So I think that stuff, it gives you real meaning. Like you hoop and you do all of these other things, but then when you become a father, I think you get like, you kind of figure out like, oh, this is my purpose. Like this is what I was put on earth to do. I was happy for him. Yeah, I think it's a good situation for him. I think a lot of teams won in the trade in terms of, you know, some teams getting pieces. You know, Phoenix getting some pieces, Milwaukee, Portland, and the Bucks. Oh, no, sorry, the Boston Celtics getting Drew, which is a good pickup for them too. But I think, you know, for him to be able to compete for a championship is something that he wanted to do, and this gives him an opportunity to do that.
CJ, it seems like everybody's mentioned the bad taste in the mouth, the chip on the shoulder, everything from last season. Is there a point where you need a clean break to start your season with a clean slate? Because it seems like everybody's worried, media and players alike, that last season just wasn't fulfilling. They weren't satisfied with it. Yeah. And it just seems to be lingering and bleeding into this.
I don't think that we're worried. I think it's just realization of a failed mission. We didn't accomplish what we set out to accomplish, and we didn't even give ourselves a chance to play in the playoffs. So I think it's good to remember your past. You move forward and head into the future, but in order to really lock in on your present, you have to acknowledge when you don't do things the way you said you would do them. And I think that's the stage that we're in now. And we haven't technically started camp yet until tomorrow. We won't play a game for 3 weeks. So I think it's important you acknowledge when you don't do things properly. Like we didn't execute. We didn't play at a high level consistently. We had lulls. We had breakdowns. We did a lot of stuff poorly, and we didn't deserve to make the playoffs. And I think it's okay to say that and then move forward into a new year where you say you're going to do things differently, now do them and show it consistently, and you should get a different result. Yeah, I think it's a combination of things. I think the league is trying to figure out ways to, you know, make our game better, to help grow the game, understanding that fan engagement is extremely important for all of us. As a fan of sports, you know, when you go to a game, you want the stars to play. You're paying a premium on a ticket or you're watching. You know, maybe it's a cable package or whatever you have. You want to see the best players play. And I think this is a way that allows us to head in that direction. Now, obviously, player safety and health is important and is first and foremost, right? You don't want to put players out there who are injured. So if guys are hurt, they should not play. I'm not in favor of that. And if guys are healthy, they should play. And I think it's team discretion. Obviously, some teams are going to do what they do. They have a plan in place for their players specifically with a goal in mind, which is to win a championship, right? So if they feel like something is best for them and is going to get them in the direction of winning a championship, they're going to do that. But I think for their fans, and as a player who loves to compete, you want the best players to be out there when they're fit to be out there. Yeah, I'd say 11 weeks after my surgery. So, end of June. I just feel better. I have no splint on my hand or anything like that. So you just feel better. But it'll be a good year, man. It'll be a good year.
I'm playing.
First and foremost, how you feeling? How's the recovery process going?
It's going well. Going into week 4 right now, and been progressing really well. Starting to shoot without jumping, and just moving around, doing more leg exercises and stuff like that. So it's been good. I'm very excited about the recovery process. So yeah.
What's it like mentally for you? I know you're really looking forward to the season. How you think?
Overall, I think my mental state has been really, really good. I think when it initially happened, and then that day, and then like once they told me like what exactly happened, I wasn't too happy. Obviously, I was a little distraught, but then I just took a step back and I just thought about it, and I said to myself, this is a time where I'm going to be able to overcome another adversity, and something I've never been. I've never done anything like this before. I never had a major injury, so this will be the first time I'm able to really test my mental toughness and see what I'm made of. And I've been looking at it as just another challenge for me, and just ready to conquer that and come back better than I was during the summer and last year.
What do you feel like clicked for you in year 2 to just improve as much as you did last year?
To be completely honest, I just said just shoot the ball every time you touch it. So and it worked out. I thought it was a good little plan I had. But no, I think really it was just the opportunity that Coach Green gave me. He gave me a lot of opportunity to really shine and do my thing. And as the year progressed, I just got a lot more confident in myself and trusted my work, and continued to try to be the best Trey Murphy I could be.
Is just shoot it every time is the game plan for year 3 when you get back here?
I mean, I think it's a pretty good game plan.
Is that going to be the motto of your business venture, whenever that time comes?
Because see, like right now, like I'm at a stage where like that's my job. They need me to put the ball in the basket, so I'm gonna do that. But like there's gonna be a time where I need to get others involved a little more. Like I'm not gonna act like I'm just not gonna pass at all, but most of the time I'm gonna shoot the ball.
Knowing this was your first major injury, what steps did you kind of take to make sure you were mentally prepared, knowing you got a long road ahead and you get that right?
Overall, I'm a really even person. I really don't get too high or too low, and so I referred to the Bible as well as different stories. Look at a lot of Kobe stuff, and in the Bible they talk about how like when God is He's preparing you for something greater than what you don't even expect. He's gonna bring you down. And so I think I was riding so high this summer because I was getting much stronger, and I was really excited for year 3. This is a big year, and I just think He's just reeling me back a little bit, and just preparing me for whatever is ahead of me. And so I'm thankful for it. And I'm not too mad about anything that happens. I'm going to be back in December or November, hopefully, one of the two. So, won't be missing too much of the season.
How do you see this affecting you, the injury throughout the season? Wearing a sleeve all year, is there going to be some preventative stuff that you've already talked to the team on rest, recuperation, load, that sort of stuff, especially the first few weeks when you work yourself back in?
It's still early, so we don't know for sure yet. We'll figure it out. But, I've been told, I talked to Cam Johnson a lot. He's one of my good friends, and he had the same surgery as me. He's basically said after the surgery, you'll feel like you didn't even have surgery. So looking forward to that. And, I'm pretty optimistic on that as well.
The team made some changes on the medical side. What's been your firsthand experience with them now that you're back in the facility?
Yeah, so me and Amy have been working a lot together because she's the head of PT. And, day after surgery, I was doing physical therapy, and so me and her were talking a lot, and we've been getting a lot of work done in New Orleans, and she's been great. I'm very thankful to have her here, and I'm very excited for my recovery process. I've told her, I literally said to her, like, she'll ask me like, do you want to do this or that? And I'm like, look, you're the professional here. You tell me what to do, I'm gonna just do it. I just want to get back and be better than I was, so I'm putting my full trust in her.
I know you've had some conversations with him, but as a player who's not necessarily going to be like a fully active participant during camp, what's going to be your learning process of like the changes that he's going to be implementing? Like, how does that work for you? Just kind of be more on the sidelines than like actually like going through that stuff. Like how does that learning process work?
Well, I would say I'm a visual learner anyway, so I'm going to be very attentive and paying attention to all the details. And also, we played against them my rookie year. Well, played against them as a coach my rookie year, and I just remember how potent their offense was. So I'm very excited for this, and a lot of my workouts this summer have been based off the concepts that he's implementing to our offense. So I don't think it's going to be too, hard of a transition. Once I come back, I think it'll be pretty seamless. And plus, I get to look at the game from a different lens right now since I'm going to be on the sidelines and not, in the game.
The guy told us that JB told him he's going to have the ball in his hands a lot. Is there anything you can share about conversations you've had with Coach JB and what they might expect out of you?
That's crazy because he said, I'm going to have the ball in my hands too, so, he just said there's going to be a lot more opportunities for me. He's going to definitely try to play to my strengths a lot, getting me downhill, finding easier shots for me, especially because, later in the year last year, a lot of teams, they literally would not leave, and I had to, try to manufacture some different ways to get more buckets, get shots up and stuff. But he definitely said I'm going to be seeing a lot more opportunities, so got to be ready for that.
Trey, obviously you're focused on the rehab now, but before the injury, what were you focusing on? What parts of your game were you working on?
Overall athleticism, getting stronger. That was the biggest thing this summer. I was lifting 5 times a week, and it were like hour-and-a-half lifts. Like, hurt, but I was getting a lot stronger and a lot more mobile as well. I was working on my flexibility. And then for basketball-wise, movement, shooting, handling the ball, finishing, like I just wanted to make sure I worked on all areas of my game. I didn't want to just work on one specific thing.
Trey, we talked to Zion earlier. He was talking about how good of a player you're going to be in this league. What do you think you're saying?
I couldn't even really tell you in all honesty because, and I'm not even trying to say that in a way like arrogantly. It's more like if you would have asked me this my rookie year, I probably would have said something different and much lower than what it is now. And if you would have asked me my sophomore year, it'd probably be higher than the rookie year. So like each year, like I kind of, no, I'm not gonna say surprise myself, but like I show myself, all right, you could be here, or you could be at this level. And just each year, I just try to work and not worry about the future too much. Just worry about each day getting better, and just seeing where the chips fall after that.
Kind of piggyback off of that question, talking about ceilings. This team obviously last season didn't finish the way that you guys wanted it to. If the team can stay healthy, what do you think the ceiling is for this team this year?
Championship, in all honesty. I mean, we were number 1 in the West January 4th, and we didn't have a full team for most of that period. So with the weapons that we have on this team and also the lineup changes that we can make, like we have a lot of different players. We have a lot of different play styles that we can play. Like the playoffs is about being able to play different ways and adapting to your opponent. And so we might play the Kings, who play really fast, switch a lot of stuff, as well as play in, other up to touch. Domas is running the point as well. They have a specific way they play. And then we might play another team like like Denver, or we'll say Golden State, who plays a totally different way than, defensively, than Sacramento. So we can adjust to a lot of different ways that teams play and, figure out ways to win.
How tough was it watching the playoffs?
Really tough. I mean, especially because I was there my first year. And then now you're just at home watching, and it's tough watching a playing game and not being a part of that either. And it's just like a weird feeling. I know right after the game, that Thunder game, like it was almost like a shock. Like, wow, it's like really over. Like it was weird, but I don't really want to feel that again. So we're gonna make sure that doesn't happen.
You talked about the importance of adding strength over the summer before the injury. Do you think that process will continue since you won't be playing for the first month or so? You think that'll be a priority for you to continue adding strength?
With the way I've been lifting now, I'm a little scared. And y'all probably should be a little scared too. I might be a little on the husky side. Nah, I'm playing. But I'm going to be really strong, though, for sure. I mean, we've been lifting a lot already, and this is going on week 4. So by the time I'm back, I might be looking a little aki. So we'll figure out what the right weight is and right amount of strength for the season will be.
Trey, do you kind of have a target weight or anything like that? Because I know Larry Nance recently on one of the spaces talked about how probably that's the biggest thing you can add to your game is just growing your strength.
Nah, it's not really target weight. It's just being strong, because I could be 210 and feel strong, be athletic, or I could be 220, be super strong, then I can't shoot and I can't move. You don't really do target weight. It's more like a target strength, I guess.
You were one of the best transition players in the league last year. I know we've talked about finding the balance of like, hey, you're extremely effective on that, but that may cut into your ability to rebound the ball because the team's asking you certain things. What do you feel certain expectations for you from the staff side of things? I know JD obviously wants to run a lot and play to your strengths.
Yeah, no, it's more of a game management type of. First half, you're probably gonna get more transition points because teams aren't really like super locked in first half. Second half, that's when like they're more locked in on that end, and also fourth quarter rebounds. That's a big thing. People are crashing the glass really hard trying to win the game. So I think it's a lot about game management as well as understanding like if I try to get transition buckets every single time, people are going to get accustomed to that and they're going to just start crashing the glass and that'll limit my transition points. So I just got to make sure I manage that better. Appreciate y'all. Y'all can't make this a little.
A little tight. It's all good. It's all good.
Just how did this, come about during the free agency process? What were your thoughts on coming to New Orleans this year?
Yeah, I'm obviously excited to be here. I was excited when they called and I had the opportunity to come. It's a good group of guys. I played with CJ and Larry when I was in Portland, so kind of leaned on them, kind of giving a background of the team and players and even off the court where to live and restaurant recommendations and everything else. So two of my favorite teammates that I've had throughout my whole career. So fun to be back with them, but also, I played in the league long enough to know, playing against guys like, Brandon and Zion and, Valanciunas. I hate wrestling with Valanciunas throughout my career. So it's all guys that I'm looking forward to being teammates with. And great coaching staff. I was with Coach Borrego in Charlotte for a few years. So fun to be back with him. And, like I said, I've been in the league long enough that you kind of overlap with guys. Everyone kind of trades teams, but it's fun to be reunited with a few of them here in New Orleans.
And a little more to that, James Borrego was brought in here largely to kind of play with the offense a little bit. What makes him, I guess, good at that area specifically, just like playing at the controls of an offense?
Yeah, he's an offensive-minded coach. Really preaches, sharing the ball and being unselfish. Good ATOs, but more importantly, just teaches the guys how to play with each other and get the ball moving. So yeah, he's going to add a lot. He's got a great demeanor, win or lose, up 20, down 20. He's great at having a good demeanor and moving on to the next game, the next play. So he was great for me as a head coach in Charlotte, but he'll be great in the assistant role as well here in New Orleans.
Being that you have that experience with JV and his system, how have you been able to be kind of like a player coach, if you will, kind of helping the other guys with the offensive system?
Yeah, it's being around the league enough. Everyone runs similar sets, similar plays. Everyone calls it a little bit different. So even though it's my first month being here in New Orleans, I kind of know, kind of speak the same language as Coach Borrego. So there's been a couple of times where I've even had to translate, some of Coach Borrego's stuff to a couple of teammates. So, however I can help out, especially early on, being here is, I'm willing to help out.
Got to be a part of that Heat team last year that made it to the finals. Just being on the court for those big minutes, the biggest stage the game has to offer. What do you think it takes for a young team to get to the point where they can compete and execute on that level to be able to play in those big games?
Yeah, it was a fun experience for me because that's what you dream for. Whether you're a little kid growing up to watching the NBA playoffs, or if you're an NBA veteran like myself up until that point. I had been in the playoffs twice, out in the first round both times, and so to make a deep run and feel the pressure build with each round and feel, the amount of, detail that goes into each play was really fun for me to experience. And hopefully I can bring, kind of bring some of that experience here. But, it takes all, 15 guys. It takes, a good coaching staff, guys that are, all team first, all on board for, helping out the team win. It takes a lot of grit, a lot of, like I said, attention to detail. So anyway, however I can help kind of take some of that experience from Miami and bring it here is, I'm looking forward to helping out.
People talk all the time about e-culture and what they've been able to do over a long period of time to stay, at a competitive place in the East. But what did you kind of just see firsthand, or what they're able to do on a day-to-day basis to have that sustained success over a long period of time?
Yeah, I think they do a good job picking the right guys. They have good veteran players. Udonis Haslem is retiring, but guys like that are gritty. They've seen it, they've done it. They keep guys in line. There's a lot of accountability. It's a working group. It's you come in and you expect to work. You expect to be in good shape. So when games get tough, it's you know that you're in better shape than the other team. You know that you're not going to cave before they do. So hopefully I can, like I said, kind of take what I learned in Miami and hopefully bring some of that here.
Cody, what are some of your first impressions of some of your first team teammates, like Zion or Brandon Ingram, whether it's just talking to the guys or maybe running alongside them in the practice facility?
Yeah, it's first of all, there's been a lot of guys in the gym over the past month or so. So it's great, young guys that are trying to learn, trying to show the coaches what they've been working on all summer, as well as veteran players. A lot of, like you said, Brandon and CJ and all those guys have been in the gym playing 5-on-5 and in good shape. So you can tell that it's a group that's hungry to win, hungry to get the season started. So yeah, it's been great the first month, and looking forward to playing. The great coaching staff, like I said, training staff is great. On and off the court, it's been great so far.
Not to keep harping on Miami, but they're a very scheme versatile team when it comes to defense. A lot of zone, sometimes they switch, sometimes they drop, and that kind of stuff. This was also a team that was pretty effective on the defensive end last year. They finished around sixth, and in critical moments they ended up switching a lot. But in general, how do you see yourself fitting in on the defensive end? Are there particular areas where you feel like you really excel at, or a particular style you really like to play?
Yeah, that's a good question, because I think Miami probably plays more zone than anyone else in the league. But teams aren't used to playing against that, and I think it starts with having good defenders, individual defenders, but also guys that are smart enough to be able to switch back and forth. And like you said, New Orleans last year is top 10 defense, and I think you have to have the ability to switch defenses, give teams different looks. So hopefully I can fit into that. Hopefully I can, help out however I can.
Cody, on that, and switching it to New Orleans, what are some of the championship traits, characteristics that maybe you've seen from Willie Green in the front office and the roster that made you pick New Orleans, even though you had it in the office?
Yeah, I think all the pieces are here. I think there's been a lot of injuries in the past year or two. The team hasn't quite been healthy, but I think the pieces are here. A couple, even changes to the coaching staff, the front office. Like we said, bringing in Coach Borrego. It's made me excited when they called. And even we haven't talked about off the court at all, but I'm looking forward to being here. I got married like a month ago, so it's just my wife and I. So we're looking forward to being in New Orleans. We've been, like I said, here like a month, and we've been total tourists. We've been trying all the new restaurants, and we took a walk out at Audubon Park, City Park. We're just trying to be tourists and trying to enjoy the city. So we're looking forward to, especially, personally, our first year of marriage, to be in New Orleans. Something we'll remember the rest of our lives. So it's really fun to be here.
But you're looking at that, your leadership style, having gone from Charlotte when they were, a lottery team. You played at Indiana, which has a championship culture, been to the finals.
Yeah.
How are you going to try and bring that experience to this locker room, being the veteran you are?
Yeah, I think that's what I pride myself on. Is just being. I hope that the team plays well when I'm on the court. I want the team to win. I don't care about any individual stats or accolades or anything. That's how I've been all the way back to my college days. But obviously, I've had some good and bad experiences. I've had some rough years as well, and I think you can learn equally from both. But hopefully, I can kind of bring that winning experience to New Orleans and help out however I can.
As a guy who's competed against him before, how would you describe what it's like just going against Zion and just the physicality he brings when he's on the court?
Yeah, he's such a unique player. He just finds a way to score around the rim. Obviously has athletic ability, his second job, to find a way to get to the rim and score through contact. He's just a tough matchup for anyone. He's too quick for bigs, too big for some of the guards. So yeah, when he's on the court and healthy, it's a matchup nightmare. So like I said, I'm looking forward to playing with him instead of against him.
There's a lot of media emphasis or narrative on the league getting smaller, more small ball. Obviously, you just had a first-hand experience playing against Nikola Jokic in the finals. What do you feel like this team can offer with JV, Zion, and yourself, and maybe perhaps going against the idea of like, hey, the league just needs to be smaller, but you could be still effective being big?
Yeah, I think the league has gotten smaller, and I think that back to playing defense, I think that you got to have the ability to play different lineups as well. So there will be nights when JV or me or some of those guys, but I'm sure there'll be plenty of nights where we put Zion at 5 or put obviously Larry will play plenty at 5 to be able to switch everything. So I think you got to have the ability to do both, and I think we have a good roster set up that we can kind of play different defenses, play different offenses, play different lineups. I think you're going to have a little bit of everything to be able to win. Yep. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. We'll take any restaurant recommendations you guys got too. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Congrats.
guys. We're discussing pizza toppings. I am a mushroom and sausage kind of guy. She likes pepperoni and pineapple, and so I told her I will give pineapple and pepperoni a try if she gives mushroom and sausage a try.
Sounds very Hawaiian.
But the thing is, how what Hawaiian? I can't think of describe something as Hawaiian as bad. You know, sounds lovely. Yeah. How we doing, guys? Good off season for you? Good. I got no complaints. I'm good. You know, it's gonna be year 9, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, obviously we've had a few guys with some hiccups before training camp, but you know, nothing that we're that worried about, including myself, and I'll be fine come game 1.
Can you explain the injection a little bit, why, what can you share about why it was done, or?
So yeah, it was just a little bit of lingering issues from the ankle sprain. You know, those ligaments are supposed to scar down, and for whatever reason this summer it just didn't want to scar the way it should. So I got the injection, and I'm already 80%. I feel awesome. I feel awesome going into it, and it was just kind of the rigors of being an NBA player. You know, I came back probably sooner than I should have last year, and that was totally my decision. I wanted to send a message, and I'll be fine.
And how do you balance that of like you're trying to lead by example, and you clearly played through a bunch of stuff last year versus I have to take care of my body too.
I knew this was nothing that was going to threaten my future or career as an NBA player. So, you know, for me, it meant more to be on the court and available for the guys and for our team than you know, the potential setbacks. And you know, this was always a possibility, and hopefully, you know, again, I'm not gonna miss a game, so it's, you know, no real skin off my back.
When you say you wanted to send a message, what was that message, and I guess who was it directed towards? Not like a specific person, but what?
It was just that the message was that, look, we're giving it our all. I'm fighting tooth and nail to be back on the court. There's no place I'd rather be, and you know, as athletes, sometimes, you know, the line between hurt and injured is very blurry, and I think it depends on your definition of the two. So for me, I thought I was hurt, not injured. If you're injured, you don't play, period. If you're hurt or sore, you know, there's some wiggle room there, and I felt that there was some wiggle room, and I wanted the message to be sent that me as one of our leaders is, you know, it hurt. I'm dealing with some of the repercussions at the moment, but you know, I think I wanted everyone, our organization and everyone outside of our organization, to know that we got some real warriors in the locker room.
Do you feel like it had the intended effect?
I do.
Griff mentioned that part of the reason they made some of the changes on the medical staff was due to input from players. What you guys kind of voiced what you think changes should have been made. So what do you think about what they've done and how that's going to help you guys this year?
I thought it's been great. I love Amy. Our new physical therapist, Amy. She's terrific, and I've been working with her, and everybody's been working with her. She's great. I don't think, I'm sure Griff said the same thing, but the people that aren't back are terrific as well. It's not anything on them, and I still think extremely highly of them, and we all do. But I think we just need a little bit of a shake-up, and you know, and definitely don't get it misconstrued. This ankle thing is me. It was my call to come back early. I knew the repercussions. It was me and me only. So this has nothing to do with anybody outside of my decision. But going forward, I think we're going to be great. You know, I think it's going to be great. The communication seems to be running smoother, and I think everybody seems to be a bit happier.
We heard you talk about this a little bit on Spaces as far as your approach last offseason, saying, "Hey, I'm playing more center. I need to put on some weight," versus this summer saying, "I need to drop a little bit, be more bold." Just to kind of walk us through just your mindset this summer, how you prepared.
Yeah, so you know, last year I came in around
I came into camp around 255, which was one of the heaviest I've been, and I felt good. On my knee, I was jumping real well. I felt strong and was moving guys, holding my own at the center position, because that was something I came into the season saying. It's like, hey, don't send a double. I don't care who it is. I don't send a double in the post. I'm good. And I didn't need a double in the post, obviously, unless it was somebody that, that everyone needs a double in the post. There's two of them. And but this offseason, with Coach Borrego coming in and the way Coach Willie wants to play, we're going to play a lot of, I think we were 11th in assists last year, and we want to be number one. And, that's something that I certainly have in my toolkit. I've done it previously in my career in Cleveland and a little bit in Portland. And it's, being not a hub of an offense. I'm certainly not that, but a very good initiator, from the elbows, from the top. And my skills as a passer and as a distributor are pretty, I feel they're a little bit underrated. And I'm excited to be that for the team. It's nice to have, so many guys that I can give it to and go get a bucket.
To add to that, a lot of guys before you today have talked about how they've either sat down, talked in depth with James Brager, at least, video, whatever, gone through a lot of maybe their potential roles. You talking about you facilitate more, doing one of the things you like to do, and that's one of the things in your skill set. Have you sat down with James and you guys gone over some things like this, and you're basically kind of aware of what is expected of you going into the season?
I'm aware of what's expected of me. I'm aware of what's expected of me, and I haven't. It's funny. I haven't sat down with him yet. We've just been missing each other, but this week we'll me, Borrego, and Willie will first, without a doubt, sit down. It's already on the schedule, and just kind of talk about a little bit more in depth of what they're looking for. I know that entails, again, playmaking from the elbow. We saw a little bit of it last year. Playmaking from the top and delay actions, stuff like that. And honestly, we go that small ball unit, being able to pick it off the rim, and I haven't done this really for the past 2 years. Take it off the rim and go. I'll lead the break, and obviously I'm not gonna be crossing people over or anything like that. But it does cause a little bit of it causes some confusion when you've got a guy bringing the ball down the court that normally the guy that picks up the ball isn't supposed to pick up. So you've got some communication. Anytime you can make the defense have to talk, it's normally good. Guys don't like to talk, so. I'll sit down with him further and discuss it, but I know it's expected of me.
It seems like as a collective, there's a bit of unsatisfaction from last year, bad taste in the mouth, chip on the shoulder, that all those have been used. Going in with your injury, Jose, Trey, is there a little bit of a lingering, not this again? And is there a way y'all can, as a team, put that behind you and start the season with a blank slate? Because it seems like it's bleeding over a little bit.
No, I don't feel that way. I don't feel that there's anybody dropping their heads or getting discouraged about myself, Jose, or Trey. Jose sprained his ankle playing basketball. That happens. And when game one happened, look, preseason's fantastic. It's a great way to get warmed up and great way to get some mistakes out of the way. But the season starts October 25th. I think we may only have, knock on wood, Trey's the only one. October 25th, we should be all good to go. So I don't think there's anybody dismayed about us out right now or anything, because Jose don't need training camp. We know what he is. We know he knows what he is. I'm good. I'm going to my 9th year. I'll be ready when the time comes.
Yeah, so there's no, here we go again.
No.
Kind of feeling it.
No.
And then to look off court, CBA was just done. You've done a lot of outreach and fan engagement that I think has been your most busiest summer as far as just communicating with the fans.
Mm-hmm.
You've also got voting coming up and all this social activism that the NBA has been doing with CJ as the president. What's your thoughts on that? How have y'all communicated that and know kind of how you want to be perceived and what you want to do in that platform?
That's one thing that me and CJ are kind of leading the charge in, and it's something that I'm personally very passionate about is community outreach and staying active in the community. I've got a major program coming up, and I'm smiling about it because I'm giddy about it. We haven't announced yet or anything, but it's going to be awesome to continue work from last year. But yeah, voting's coming up, and of course, I've been vocal on that as well. CJ has been, and the PA and the coalition and stuff like that have been. But I think the biggest thing in terms of like encouraging the guys to do so is staying comfortable, staying in your comfort zone, right? Like right now, I'm working with the schools and through education, but Jose, EJ might be interested in prison reform. CJ may be interested in voting rights. Whatever you're interested in, whatever your passion is, we have entire departments to help you find your lane and help you find your way. So I continue to preach to the guys about that. Last year we got everyone registered to vote. This year they'll be registered to vote again. I can assure you that. I can't make them vote, but I'll be voting in Ohio, my home state of Ohio. I've already got my little absentee ballot filled out. So, those are two things very passionate about, and two things that me and CJ will continue to make sure that we're on the right side of history with.
Larry, a lot has been already said of Zion making changes this summer.
Mhm.
You're spending a lot of time here in New Orleans working out a lot with the guys and stuff. What have you seen personally that's maybe different to you, and whether it's just his tone, his mindset? Has anything stood out to you?
I've been total transparency. I've been rehabbing, so I haven't spent too much time around him in his workouts or anything like that. I've been working on my own, getting myself right. But from every time I talk to him, he does seem, I saw the little promo he did for Gatorade or whatever it was. I'm shocked the world. Like he does seem like he's got a chip on his shoulder. Obviously, this summer was a bit of a bear for him. So I think he's ready to tune all that out and just get back playing basketball. Basketball is an awesome distraction.
Larry, you mentioned running like more delay action and some of those 5-out configurations. I think we had one, you guys ran with Z a lot, like
Yeah.
Golden Special.
Yeah.
What about those type of actions, specifically when you're on the court as well, makes it really difficult for the opponent and difficult to defend?
What makes it tough is, say we've got a group of, say our closing group, right? If we're all perfectly healthy, and I'll just take a closing group, like myself, Z, B, CJ, pick one of Trey or Herb. Take me out if you'd like. But you've got, at any time, you're going to have two non-shooters on the court, right? And Z doesn't, I don't think, necessarily falls under that category because the gravity is, his gravity anywhere he's at is massive. When you run a delay or an elbow series with a Herb handling, myself handling, Dyson handling, one of our quote-unquote guys that non-shooters, right? You have to guard, you got to guard me at the elbow, right? Like maybe not at 3-point, but at the elbow you got to guard me. And at the 3-point line, we see a lot with Golden State. Herb, myself, Dyson. If you got at the top of the key, you cannot guard me. That's fine. But the second I go into a dribble handoff action and Trey Murphy's flying off or CJ's flying off, if you're not up to the level and you're still sagging off in the paint, good night. Now CJ's coming off in a naked look. Trey's coming off with a naked look. Or he's coming downhill, and this guy down here has to react. You have to either stay there to give them the mid-range shot they want, or you come up and leave me, Herb, Dyson, open on the roll. This guy pulls in, kick out corner. There's too much. If you initiate plays with a non-shooter, that's how you get away with having those guys on the court. Golden State has made, Draymond is a first ballot Hall of Famer. I think the world of him as a player, but you don't guard him at 3-point line. And he has made a career, again, a Hall of Fame career on that type of action with Looney on the court. With, Wiggs can shoot, but he's not a shooter. And we'll see what they run with Chris Paul this year, but I'd have to imagine to be of the same mold where they're using him as initiator to where you still have to respect him because he has the ball. So that's the way I see it playing out. I could be totally wrong, but that's where I think we'll do a lot of action with us this year. Cool. Thank you, guys. No problem.
Yours. For sure, for sure. And yours too. I'm tough. For sure.
How are you feeling this offseason?
I'm feeling good. Great off season, long off season, so I'm ready to get back to work.
And you're coming off what your career's been interrupted by COVID, the injury.
Yeah.
How are you feeling comfort level coming into training camp for the first time, not having one of those distractions?
Oh yeah, that's probably the best one as far as like you said coming in with COVID, my injury. So I'm looking forward to this training camp, just being fully healthy and not having to worry about taking a test or putting a mask on. So I'm ready for it. Just like working on my passing, my left hand finishes, defense for sure, and just compete. I really was competing a lot this summer. It was 1-on-1, playing 5-on-5 open run. So just trying to be in the best condition I can be for this training camp.
A lot of players have talked about different conversations they've had with Coach JB, who's just brought on. And one of the themes that keeps popping up is he wants the team to run, be fast, make quick decisions. And that seems like it plays to your play style specifically. Have you had similar conversations with him, and how do you see your fit in any system?
Yeah, similar conversations. So when I think of this playing style, I just go back to when I played at Alabama, playing under Nate Oates, getting in the paint, spray out threes, pace, getting the best shot available, getting to the rim, taking what the defense give you. So, like everybody else been saying, it's pretty much the same thing. You want to be number one in assists, be way better in pace, get open threes, so pretty much everything, same thing.
So you were in the gym a bunch here this summer, or were you all over the place doing your rehab and working out?
I was in Atlanta this summer, but then once everybody had to come back, I came back for this last month. Yeah.
You know about the guard depth on this team. Obviously, Jose won't be there for the start of training camp. But what do you expect of this going into training camp? Just having so many guys competing for minutes and so many guys capable on this team?
As far as my standpoint, like I'm just going in and compete. Going in and playing basketball, something I do my whole life. I'm healthy this year, so I'm just looking forward to Tuesday, to be honest, tomorrow actually. So I'm ready to compete though, for sure.
How do you feel like, I think previously when we talked in media day and off seasons, you've mentioned to us some of your off season focus has been more consistency with the jump shot, getting more reps up, working on the shooting and stuff. Is that a continued focus, and how do you feel like your progression has come along with that?
It's definitely, with this offense, you got to be able to shoot the basketball. I mean, ain't nobody going to keep throwing you the ball. You keep missing it. So, shooting is always going to be a big part of the game. Every day, get my reps up as much as I can so I get ready for the game. So I've been working on that as well. But I had to say, things I said earlier, I probably was working on more. But I still was working on my shooting. So.
All this downtime, what have you had time to focus on yourself and grow off the court? Personally, professionally, with your family or business? What's something you've done a lot of growing off the court that maybe you didn't think was going to come because you'd be too busy playing or something?
Yeah. I had to say I got better in Madden. My dogs, my family, of course. But, yeah, I got better in Madden for sure playing the game because, like you said, it was a long off season. So it got at a certain point I just didn't know what to do at a certain time. So I started playing the game for real, for real.
What kind of dogs you got?
I got a pit bull and a Frenchie. Yeah. You got dogs?
I got one, yeah.
What type of dog you got?
He's a really fat Australian cattle dog.
You say he fat?
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's 9.
Oh, he getting older, though. You can't call him fat now. Hey, he lazy or something? I ain't gonna lie, my Frenchie lazy, though. Like, he'll just sit there and go to sleep, so.
I'll tell you, we got him 3 years ago. We adopted him. His name was Chunky, and we
Chunky.
renamed it Wood because I don't know how to call him Chunky.
I nicknamed my dog Big Husky because he real fat and he like to sit. And, Frenchies be snoring a lot, so. We in the same thing. And he only 1, so I can only imagine when he's 9.
I feel like there was a sense of just like freedom or relief this summer, just you being able to kind of play however you wanted, whenever you wanted, making those 5-on-5s, and just get a lot of running.
Oh, yeah, because last summer, man, I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't do no rehab, of course. I didn't start playing 1-on-1 until I probably got back here right before the season. So, yeah, just being able to play and do whatever I wanted, it was a whole bunch of relief for sure.
Kyra, several people have mentioned you by name as really standing out in some of these workouts over the last month. What has stood out to you from maybe some of the other guys?
Just everybody coming in competing. I know it was pickup, but like we had a lot of guys come back, and they just came in compete. Whether it was 1-on-1, 3-on-3, 5-on-5, whatever we was doing, whether it was shooting, like everybody want to compete, and everybody don't want to end how we did last year because I feel like we was disappointed how it ended. So everybody just hungry, want to get better.
Has anybody impressed you particularly?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. When CJ looked like, man, he was in the best. Griff said it last night. He was in the best condition that he was. Trey was before he had got hurt, and I really didn't get to see Jose for real. But I'm pretty sure he got better. And when Bi came back, you could tell he was on another he's on another level. So I feel sorry for people that got to play CJ, Z, and Bi for sure. Cause CJ for sure. He look like he in his best physical. Like I done seen him since I've been here. So.
How good was it for you mentally just having a summer where you were free to play and not have to worry about physical stuff?
It was good, man, because, like I said, like last summer, just you go on the court, you can't even shoot a jump shot. Like, that's kind of deflating because, you've been playing basketball your whole life. So, just being able to go out this summer and just play, know what I can get better at, what I'm already good, where I can get my shots from in this offense, it was a good feeling.
You feel 100% physically, mentally?
For sure. For sure.
You say it's a long off-season, more to play this summer. It's only required for first and second year players. But was there any temptation to try and go get one game in for summer league just so you could knock the rust off and just to be back out there?
Yeah, if they told me I had to play, I would have played, but I don't know. I was still playing pickup though, so with NBA guys. So I kind of was. I'm not gonna say I was doing my own thing, but like I made sure I got a lot of run in this year for sure. I appreciate y'all.
is over, what's kind of been your focus preparing for training camp? Your first full season with you?
Getting in the best shape possible, just being ready whenever my number is called. Injuries happen and whatnot. Larry's still out right now. He's probably not going to get as many training camp reps, but I was just preparing for that moment, honestly, because things happen, but just getting ready mentally to go out here for this long season.
Have they told you just like about the role? Are you expecting more 4 or 5 this season, or what are you just expecting about the role going into this year?
How to use Larry? Sometimes small ball 5, 4, 3. Depending on where I could guard on the floor. So.
DJ, do you feel like you're fully back at 100%? And if so, when do you feel like you first felt that feeling over the summer?
I do. Only thing I felt like was holding me back was mentally and not thinking about everything. And I felt like I got to that point, game 4 or 5 in summer league. I had my best game to end it. I was just out there playing with confidence, playing free, and definitely feel like I'm back to just hooping. So.
Is that something you've done a good bit before, playing small ball 5 and kind of the switching style they like to play when they kind of do small ball?
Most definitely. I don't know if everybody watched, but my sophomore year, I played center the whole time in the Big Ten, like starting 5, guard to 5, hedge and screens. So that's something I have been doing, and understand that I cause a mismatch on the other end. Sometimes guys are taller than me, but just being able to space the floor, pick and pop is something that'll help out the team a lot.
What's your understanding just with development in your role, going to Birmingham perhaps to get minutes? Once Larry's back, there'll be a minutes crunch. Just what's the conversations been on where you're at, where you want to be, and how you're going to get there with this team?
Just be in the best condition. Be ready, honestly. Like I said, when my number's called, be ready to go out there and provide great minutes. I don't know if I'm going to play in the G League or not this year, depending on how the health of the team or just if they need me to play right now. But going in a training camp tomorrow, I'm just going in trying to show everybody I belong here.
Is that something you got to balance, knowing, not knowing if you're going to be here, getting minutes, just watching, learning? Is that something you're having to learn to deal with?
Nah, same as like going back to college. It's like different points, like a freshman again. It's my rookie year, just having fun playing basketball right now. Wherever that leads me, it leads me. So.
In Vegas, it seemed like you saw a lot of success when they got you going downhill, whether it was a transition or off of the handoffs or whatever it may be. Is that a conversation you have with some of the coaching staff, maybe Coach Shibby that they just brought in with regards to how to get you the most efficient looks that suit you?
Yeah, running the floor, honestly. I'm the first because I could post up as well. They want me to post up when I have a mismatch on me. But just being able to use my strength and learning to play a new way. Coach JB has put in a whole bunch of new things. I would say like terminologies and whatnot. He probably put more in, but just being able to cut, read the game, learn how to play off others. And I played a little bit with BI and CJ like this past week, so I'm kind of learning. So I'm just going to get better at it.
It seemed like throughout your college career, whatever feedback you got over the course of the summer, you were able to implement like pretty readily. Like you came into your final season of college, a much improved shooter, more volume from 3, things like that. What has been the focus for you this summer outside of just getting back in playing shape and getting back 100% physically? What's been the focus for you, and have there been points of emphasis from the team with regards to things to implement?
Yeah, just playing with confidence, honestly. I kind of been watching a little bit too much of Draymond Green right now because I feel like I score the ball a little better than him, but they just want me to play with confidence. I'm open, shoot the ball. If I'm down the floor, post up, go to work. So just being able to balance trying to create for others and still playing with the confidence and the abilities I have in scoring the ball. So just focuses on shooting when I'm open, sprinting the floor, beating people to spots on the defensive end. So.
Obviously, playing at summer league is a big step for you, just getting back on the court and playing minutes. Does it feel like tomorrow when everybody's back, when you get ready for the season, you're able to be out there and show how you stack up? Do you feel like that's going to be a big moment for you being able to actually go out there and do that?
Oh, most definitely. Compared to where I was at last year, sitting on the sideline on crutches, watching everybody practice, to now, I'm excited to go out there and compete. Put on that jersey for the first time. I actually had my first practice. I'm excited. it's kind of surreal, honestly. Gonna be on the court with all those guys competing. So.
We heard a lot of stories about guys really getting after over the last month at the practice facility. Has anything stood out to you about anybody in particular, whether it's like
A lot of the Exhibit 10 guys been out there hooping, honestly, like playing with a chip on their shoulder, and I respect that out of those guys. So that G League, that Birmingham squad is gonna be really nice this year. That's something I could say is gonna happen. So.
We also heard from Naji and a few guys during last year's training camp, just being mentally and physically prepared on a daily basis, kind of dealing with Zion just throwing body blows at you over and over again. Just how much are you kind of preparing for that, knowing that you might be the guy that has to guard him in some of these practices?
Watching other teams guard him last year, that was looked like a headache. But I mean, it only make me better. I feel like there's not many guys like that in the league besides like Giannis or something coming at you full speed like that. So it only make me better. But I got to get ready for that for sure.
With this downtime, is there something you learned about yourself and being professional that maybe you didn't appreciate when you came into the league? Something maybe you wouldn't get to see without this downtime, so you turn that negative into a positive sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean, everything that I used to do, just growing up, just staying out the way, focusing on my craft is what these guys do as well. And I feel like that's kind of helped me be a pro at a high level. Get done hooping, go play some video games, stay out the way, watch some basketball, get my rest at night. So.
Which game you play?
2K just came out, so I've been playing that. FIFA came out yesterday. I haven't got a chance to play it. Had to go to sleep, so probably get that a little later.
The team converted your two-way deal to a full contract. Just what are your thoughts on that when it happened and just the process of that?
Them trusting me, that was a big thing. I just appreciate them and them sticking with me throughout this whole process. Because I mean, when I got drafted, I didn't think this was gonna happen. I didn't think any of this, how my journey was going to go. But honestly, that's not up to me. God has his own plan for him, and I just have to follow it, and whatever happens, happens. So I'm just sticking to that, and I appreciate them for sticking with me. So.
A lot of players, preseason is just preseason, right, the games and stuff. But for you, is there going to be any more particular meaning since you're going to be able to get on the court with other NBA players outside of summer league's one thing, but preseason's another thing people usually say.
Yeah, just showing I belong and proving that to myself. I know I belong, and just gonna show other people that I do as well. Cool. Appreciate y'all. Fishing trips.
We asked
I
you
just
media day.
I just went back to Alabama. I wouldn't consider that a trip. Fishing trip. What's up?
Threw away some lures that didn't work.
Yeah, it was a lot of those.
And just other than the fishing, obviously, what's kind of been the focus over the summer preparing for the next season?
I just get my body right, getting stronger, working on my game, continue to try to improve my shooting, tightening up my handling, and getting stronger.
You and the team were able to agree to a new contract. What was that process like? What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, it was pretty simple on my end. I wanted to stay. Like, I want to be here in New Orleans. So that was, I guess, the easy part. And I didn't try to get too caught up in the numbers, even though, you get a lot of, I guess, external advice on the amount that I should have signed for. But like any amount that the Pelicans decided to give, like, it was gonna be life changing for me and my family. So I wasn't super pressed on trying to get an X amount of money. I just wanted to be in New Orleans, so I could continue to play basketball with my guys.
Like mentally, does it feel like, okay, there's like real security now? Like, does it change anything for you mentally when you sign and you don't have to worry about that part of it anymore?
Yeah, for sure. You get that peace of mind because the entire time you're working out, and I think a lot of people, like, you got to have some type of vision past basketball. If you're playing in the NBA, like, you want to take care of your family. And once the time came for me to, I guess, renegotiate the deal, I knew after, like, they got it done, I was excited to see how everything would feel once I started back playing basketball. I wouldn't say a lot changed. It's just I go out with a peace of mind, knowing that my family they're gonna be good.
You said staying in New Orleans was an easy choice for you. I guess for somehow you get to view it as an easy decision that you want to do.
I go somewhere. I sometimes tell people I'm from New Orleans. Like, it's become that much of like a part of me. Like the community, the city in general. Like, I think a lot of the principles that people from New Orleans stand on, I think I have some of the similar characteristics or traits. It's, like I said, it feels like home. So once the time came for me to decide on whether I wanted to, go into talks about an extension or play out that last year, was a no-brainer.
Looking at the team, how do you feel with the new coaching staff and everything? We talk a lot about offensive concepts, but also you playing 1 through 5 on defense, being an anchor that way. Just your thoughts on being asked to do those things, and then also what can you share on the conversation you've had with the coaching staff?
They've talked a lot about, just getting more movement on the offensive side of things. And defensively, I think it's more on the players. The coaches can put together a game plan, but if the 5 guys out on the court aren't connected and not playing, to their max abilities and playing hard and playing for one another, the defensive schemes won't work. So I think, like you said, like, they don't really have to ask me. Like, it's more of I want to go out, and play defense and offense every night. Like, I just think it's just a part of the game. Like, I don't think people should single out, if someone plays super hard defensively, like, it's all a part of the game. I think all of it is just as important.
You take pride in being a leader on the defensive end. What do you kind of see as what you have to do to get even better on that area, be more impactful?
I guess getting other guys to, let's see how I can say it. Just getting everybody to realize, each possession is a game in itself. And if we take that approach, I think, we win. If we win the majority of the games on the defensive end, I think we have enough offensive firepower to outscore people if we win the defensive games, night in and night out.
Do you think that's something this team can ride on? It's a staple. That'll be your identity. The whole team will take pride in, and then maybe catapult y'all to more success than last year.
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, I think the guys, like everybody, the approach, I think across the board is the same. Like everybody wants to get better and do better this year than we did last year.
Have you had conversations with Coach James Brado, who just brought on, regarding your offensive role? I know Larry has mentioned about perhaps running more delay actions, getting guys like you and Larry more initiating some of those actions. Have you had those conversations, and how do you view yourself in those roles?
I mean, whatever they need me to do, wherever they need me to play, I'm okay with it. They haven't just honed in on exactly what they want me to do, but wherever they need me to play, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it doesn't matter, whatever. I'm just there to help.
With Trey being out for a little bit, is there pressure on the rest of the team to perhaps take more threes or pick up production on that end, or just continue to play your style of basketball?
Yeah, just continue to play our style of basketball. We know what Trey brings to the table. I mean, we're gonna miss that for the amount of time he's out, but I do think we have more than enough to fill in the gap while he's out. So once he gets back, we'll still be a well-oiled machine.
What was that experience like getting to compete against those guys in the Team USA environment and just being in the gym with so much talent?
I mean, it's the NBA. I'm in the gym with a lot of talent. Every game. But for that time, I thought it would be different. Like once I got there, it was almost the same, because I always look at when I'm playing defense, like the one-on-one matchup, and a lot of those guys I've already guarded, so it was just like another day at the office for me in a sense.
Herb, looking at back to your connection with the city, you say you took on some of the characteristics. You've kind of become a fan favorite cult icon here. What do you think about like the retro Pels, Juvenile, like the fans that are making merchandise just for you in a way that even some stars don't get? Is that something maybe just local to the city and you, or what do you think about that appreciation?
I mean, I appreciate it. Not a lot of people, get those things done for them. So I'm appreciative of any T-shirt. I don't know. They showed me a mug today that had a picture of me on it. I mean, it's all it's great. It's a blessing. I'm happy. I appreciate y'all.
What's happening?
So, post-summer league, what's it been like for you just kind of preparing for your rookie season?
I mean, it's been really good. I mean, all the guys are pretty much back, so it's been good. Get good learning from them during the season coming up to training camp. I mean, I've been talking to CJ a lot. Bi, since he's been back from Team USA, I've been talking to him a lot. Trey, just ask them questions, picking their brains. So it's been really cool.
You and CJ kind of have some similarities in the game where y'all able to move off. So what's been like kind of picking his brain?
Yeah. It's really cool. I mean, he's been in the league for a long time for a reason. So the way he works out is literally how he plays. So I try to take that from him, and just stuff off the court because he's a good guy off the court as well. So I just try to learn some stuff from him and what he does, and how he had such a successful career. So.
Pelicans roster has a lot of guys who attract a lot of attention. Zion, CJ, is that exciting as a shooter?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're gonna be worried about me, but not as much. So I think that'd be really cool. Playing along with guys like that, and help them out. So.
Physically, where would you say you're at from the end of summer league to now? And what have been your focuses in terms of development?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I'm trying to gain pounds, been getting more pounds every week. So something I've been focusing on, eating right, getting my diet right for the season. So yeah.
Is there a target weight you're trying to get to?
I mean, I'm just trying to get as big as I can, to be honest with you. So, yeah.
Have you had a chance to sit down and talk with James Bradley yet, or any of the Pelicans coaches?
Yeah, I got a chance to talk to him way back when I did my workout here. So, I mean, he's a really good guy. I mean, he's got some good stuff in his offense, and he got some stuff that I can succeed off of for sure.
In light of Trey's injury, have you been approached about there's an opportunity maybe?
I mean, absolutely. I'm still gonna have to do my thing for sure. Just take it up another level. Since Trey's such a great shooter. So, yeah.
Spent a lot of time in the city since some of your games, just kind of adapting to the city, learning about teammates, staff.
Yeah, I mean, it's been really cool. Got to explore the city with my fam a little bit. So it's been really cool. Got to try all the different foods, see the different cultures. So.
What are some of the kind of skills you've kind of been developing this summer?
I mean, trying to become like a two-way player. See my way on the floor, become a two-way player. I mean, the shooting is always going to be there, but trying to expand things from my shooting, get to that become a three-level scorer. So.
When you're a rookie, sometimes there's a little bit of pressure to not make a mistake when you're on the court or practice or whatever. But sometimes as a shooter, you're also going to have that mentality of like, this is the next shot. So how do you feel like you're going to balance those two things?
I mean, as a shooter, it's always the next play. I don't feel too much pressure on myself. I'm just gonna come and play my game, be myself. What got me here, so. Appreciate y'all.
Pretty good.
What did you focus on? Anything in particular?
Man, just standing in the gym, getting right. That's about it.
What have these 5-on-5 games been like the past few weeks?
Competitive. Me winning most of the games for the most part. But it's competitive.
I mean, how just seeing how much the rest of the league, it seems like the team just changed year to year. How much does it benefit you guys to have a team where so many guys have been around for a few years?
I feel like it put us ahead of the curve a little bit, as far as being at training camp, as far as we know the whole offense and just know each other's spots where we like to be, and just real comfortable with each other, We got that good camaraderie, so instead of having to work through the season and build that, I think we already there and we can focus on other things. Mm-hmm.
Coach Wood said, you're a knife.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you've been on the ball, off the ball, playmaking. Heading into this year, have you had any conversations about what the expectations are for you and college basketball?
Same thing, just turn it up a little bit. Help us win games, just bring the same energy. We just need a little bit more of everything, you know what I'm saying, just to get us over that edge. So definitely looking forward to this season, man. Put in a lot of work in and prepared.
Is there anything in particular you're wanting to show off once the season starts and about the work you put in?
I'm here. That's it, for real, for real.
Over the last 2 years, you've been able to get some big minutes in big games,
Mm-hmm.
playing a tournament, all that type of stuff. How much do you think that's benefited your game? More specifically,
Definitely. It's helping me understand more. Understand what they want out of me and to see it from, a live view. And, I focus on that this summer. And even like the game itself is just slowing down for me and playing against such great teams and seeing, many offenses, defensive schemes and playing against great players, just watching that film and working on the things that I could have been better in the summer has really helped me. It's really helped the game slow down for me. And like I said, it's just going to be a big season. I'm looking forward to it. Yes, sir. Nah, not yet. I'm still young, man. CJ old. Yeah, old. Those guys have been doing this thing for a long time, man. I'm still taking notes, so nah, not yet.
And one of the things that other players have brought up is how good CJ has looked in
Yeah.
some of these scrimmages.
Yeah.
How has he looked? And on the flip side, people always talk about like Z looking really good too. So can you talk about those two players?
I mean, I wasn't here with Z. I just started coming like 3 weeks ago, but CJ, he just CJ, to be honest. Like, what's good for him? He gonna do the same type of cooking he was doing, that you used to him doing. So like, I'll just say he's still, man. He's still CJ. So.
how excited was it to see the team bring you that Kaiser over?
Oh man, dog! The first day I seen that, I started yelling and all. That's really my dog, man. For real, we go back. Like when I was a freshman in college, KG was a junior, and I used to be with him every day. Like KG loved music, I love music. We used to sit in the car and just rap the ad libs of the Migos, like with no plan going nowhere. That's my dog for real. So just to see that, and we had Tyreek the year before. I'm starting to think I'm the one calling shots over here, son. You know what I'm saying? For real. Oh my gosh, that's one of the best shooters I ever met. Trayvon Blewett, Kaiser Gates, JJ Redick, and Trey Murphy is four of the best shooters I ever seen in my life. For sure. For sure. That's it. That's all. I appreciate y'all, man. Trying to be up here like this.